So finally getting back to the space shuttle. Actually, I've been working on it a little bit here and there for a while now. Ran into some snags with it, but definitely back on track here. I just pulled the part of the half of the fuselage out first just to show it again. I haven't done anything with that. I've been working on another area. I wanted to show you the size of this. There's a Coke can there. This is a 1/72nd scale. This is the Revell Space Shuttle. This is the better of all of them because this is the one that has all of the tile detail. If you remember the last updates with this one, there are two 1/72nd scale space shuttles out there, and one does not have the tile detail. But yeah, it's absolutely huge. As you can see, there's the cargo bay, and the Coke can fits right in there. In fact, I might actually build it with the Coke can in there. That'll be funny. What's updated since last time? I've been working on the landing gear, and I'll get to that in a moment. What I had done is repainted this backplate because I had painted it white. And I painted it white because the box, now actually, there's the box over there. Now if you want to see a big box, I'll put that same Coke can over there. That's the box. It's like a suitcase. And let me tell you, this thing's been getting in the way. I really want to finish this one mainly to get rid of the box. But that back plate I had painted white because on the box they had it painted white. And along with that bottom aileron, rear kind of aileron. That's incorrect on the box for sure. Every photo I see of this thing on the internet is showing that back plate as being black. So I'm going to paint it black. Or I did paint it black actually. That's why I painted it black. So that was annoying to have to go back and repaint that, but it is repainted the right color now. And all these parts have been sitting. There's the wings. Still looking good. You know, I painted these probably a year ago, and they've been in this drawer waiting for further assembly. And you know, like these thrusters here, there was you know, there's a mean seam on these. These kits have been around. I won't focus. These kits have been around a long time, and there's a lot of cleanup work to do on every single part on these. Here's a big giant bottom piece. As you can see, the beautiful tile detail. And I'm just kind of updating you on things, just starting off here because it's been so long. The cockpit's been done for the longest time, and yeah, I painted my hand, but it's all ready to go. And let me put a couple of these things back in because I'm limited on space. I'm working on 3 things at once here, and loving every minute of it actually. But yeah, just you know, I'm working on that Mustang there, and I'm also working on, I'll do a quick glimpse here, working on the 57 Chevy, the big one. And those will be their own videos, but I want to pull these pieces out. Okay, these were the biggest thorn in my side. They kept on coming out wrong, and they're still not perfect. These are the bay doors. No, I didn't paint the inside of that, but yeah, the top of the space shuttle, the cargo bay doors. And I'm going to probably glue that down because I didn't paint the back of it, and I don't want to. This came out wrong so many times that I almost gave up on it. These pieces had to be stripped, I would say 4 times, because I kept rushing it. It's completely my fault. But finally one day I said, just start over from scratch, put it all on the strip tank, stripped it down good, sanded it down good, and did it all the right way finally. And what I had done is I put it, sprayed it first with 2 coats of Tester's Gloss Black, and then 2 coats, very thin coats, because this stuff is like really watery to make it work right, is the Duplicolor Chrome. And this is good chrome paint. Those are your results right there. So finally, those cargo bay doors are ready for this model. And I've just put them back in the drawer here because of lack of space. But the main thing I've been working on the longest time, let's see if I have enough light over here. I'll bring them over. It's the landing gear. And it's because of the age of the kit and how messed up molds are at this point. These pieces here took so much work it was ridiculous. Now of course these tires are 2-piece tires. So if you know what I'm saying there, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of tires, tire halves that have to go together first, and then you can from this side. I think so. Yeah, and then you have to sand that seam to make it look good. And being the space shuttle, I wanted to make sure it looked good. So spent an enormous amount of time. Plus, the actual struts themselves had a lot of flash, and even these bulges and crazy things going on there, where I basically had to carve and I had to do some filling and everything to make these things look right. And finally pulled that off. Of course, there's the front gear, and these are finally at a place, at a stage that I can call acceptable. And these, of course, are the supports that lock those into place, and they go into the landing gear bays or wells to right there. Big rears go in there, and then the front go in this little box that is going to mount on the front of the orbiter. See right there? And so what we're looking at doing now is putting it all together. Now, of course, on the bottom side, that big wing piece is going to cover this blank spot here, but then you're going to have this area here, which actually is also going to be painted black. So there's going to be a lot of masking and more painting here to get the correct, all the black and white, and then the gray lead wing, lead edge of the wing, and then all that black there. And then at the front, I'm going to have to, that's going to be some careful masking right there because you're masking on tiles. And then luckily that entry door is a decal. And that button right there, that's going to be tricky masking. And this masking around the window is kind of half and half. Some of it's on the decal there, and some of it is not. And I still haven't, I've got the decals for Endeavour, Atlantis, Discovery, or Columbia. It will be Discovery or Atlantis. And I haven't, probably Atlantis. I'll just go with Atlantis. And that's what will be done there. But I mean, oh boy, to give an idea of how bad this kit, it was probably originally molded quite well. But if you look at this, look at the amount of putty I'm having to put on here, because when these two halves went together, that was the drop off. I mean, it was like stairs. It's supposed to meet evenly, and so I just got it gobbed on there, and I'm going to be hitting it with the Dremel, and it's not going to be perfect, and there's just nothing I can do on both sides. But luckily that's going to be right about level with the side of the bay, so it's not like the seam is going to be right up on top. That's going to be on top. And I'll decide whether or not I'm probably going to end up building the space laboratory here, but ultimately I'm probably not going to be able to resist just putting the Coke can in the bay or leave it empty. Otherwise, that is, let's see, I think that's everything on that Space Shuttle update. Anxious to continue along. I'm of course doing 3 things at once, so all 3 things will be done slowly rather than one thing being done quick. And yeah, there's a brief glimpse at the painting that I was doing, but that's its own video on the Mustang. But having a lot of fun, that's for sure. For some crazy reason, my busy season for work is also my busy season for models. So very happy, and that will do it for now. Watch for the next Space Shuttle update. But the next update after this one will be, I don't know. It's going to be either the big 57 Chevy or the Mustang. And that'll do it for now. Later.